So I'm back again with another video, Dave Firestone. Now the older I get and the more I do this video series, the more appreciation I have for the fact that we have everyday items that the majority of us seem to overlook. I also appreciate the fact that these items almost invariably have dedicated collectors markets to them. I've talked about some of my collections on this channel: parking meters, glass insulators, lottery balls, etc. But I always just love the fact that an everyday item has a group of people dedicated to collecting and preserving them. So I want to talk about one of my favorite subgenres, street signs. Now, if there's one thing that a lot of people seem to overlook, but many others want to own, it's street signs. These everyday objects are coveted by collectors, including myself. Now, I want to make this point as clear as I possibly can. Every street sign you will see in this video was purchased legally through antique shops or eBay. I don't steal signs. Don't steal street signs. You can get arrested. You will spend time in jail. You will have a criminal record. It's illegal. Don't steal street signs. Okay? With that out of the way, let's look at my current collection before I unbox the two newest signs in my collection. Now, the first is a painted no dumping sign from the city of Chicago. At one point at DePaul University, I was living in what was basically a frat house. At the beginning of the year, I purchased it at an antique store and hung it in our bathroom. I thought it was funny then, and I still think it's funny now. At the exact same antique store, I also purchased a yield sign. DePaul University, like a lot of universities, have very strict rules against stolen road signs in dorms, but a receipt of purchase showing you purchased it legally from an antique store gets you out of trouble. You can't get in trouble for stealing a road sign if you lawfully purchase it, now can you? This is a right turn only sign. I've had this for a while, and I'm not sure which antique store I bought it from because I've had it for so long. But I love the fact that it's had some decals put on it that have since been removed. I love the wear and tear on these signs. At a now closed antique store in Evanston, I purchased this old Ewing Street sign. It does hold a special place in my heart because Ewing Street is really close to my house, and I love this old sign. Now, the two newest additions to my street sign collection. Let's unbox the first one. Now, the first sign is the CTA and PACE bus sign. For those of you who don't know Chicago Transit, the CTA, or Chicago Transit Authority, primarily operates buses in Chicago with a few branching out into the suburbs. PACE, on the other hand, primarily operates in the suburban Chicago area and pretty much covers the entire suburban Chicago area. Now, this particular sign is for a stop at the Damon Pink Line CTA station. It advertises CTA Route 50 and PACE Route 75, and I love the wear and tear on this sign as well as the graffiti. It just gives it a homely and used look. Now let's unbox the second new sign. This is from Pace Route 290, which operates between the Howard Street CTA station and the Cumberland Blue Line CTA station. This particular sign was hung at the Toohey Avenue and Bell Stop, and if you're wondering how I know this, if you look at the text and you see it says text Pace and it gives a number, that's the number of the stop, and you can punch it in and figure out which bus stop the sign came from, which is how I figured out that the CTA sign came from the Damon Line Pink Station. It still has a hanging, whatever you call it, attached, and it's in pretty decent condition, but it still shows some age and wear, which I do like. Well, that about does it for this week's episode. Remember, kids, don't steal street signs. It's illegal. I'm Dave Farson. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.